Hey, I am making this video today with the intention of giving myself something to look back on if per se this issue arises again. I got my blankie and I'm all cozy, and I got my tea beverage. It's actually hot water with lemon. My favorite beverage at the moment for some reason. About 2 weeks ago, I had a week off of work, so I decided to take myself on a little, just a quick little 2-day trip to Paris. And while I was there, I was doing all these amazing things. I mean, it's Paris. I was doing all these amazing things, and I felt so distraught. I was really having a hard time feeling good, and that's not normally an issue for me. It happens from time to time, but that's why I'm making this video, to support myself in the future. But I was sitting at La Seine with a pain au chocolat in my hand, watching the sunset over the river and the Eiffel Tower sparkling in the back. There was a man beside me playing live music, and I don't know, it really truly was a magical experience. And now looking back, I can appreciate it for what it was in this moment. But at the time, I was just devastated with no apparent reason, and I felt like crap about myself because of that. I felt disappointed because I'm out here doing these fantastic things for myself, having a blast. Like, on paper, this is an amazing experience, but I felt like something was missing within me, and I just couldn't have a good time. I couldn't enjoy it the way that I had really hoped I would enjoy it. And because of that, when I got back to my hostel, I called my mom and I talked with her about it, and I'm so grateful that I have people to talk to. But I was like, I feel like crap because I'm experiencing the greatest thing ever right now, and I don't feel good and I'm not enjoying it. Like, I felt almost ungrateful, which is not at all. Like, I was grateful in a sense that I was sitting there like, I am grateful that this is happening, and like each and every experience that I was having, I was in my head, the words were there that I am grateful, this is awesome, this is amazing, but I didn't feel it. And real gratitude for me is when I feel it. I get this surge through my body, and it's gratitude, and it takes over, and I feel it right now, and it's awesome. But it just wasn't there, and I felt like shit because I made myself feel unappreciated because I went out of my way to have this experience, and I wasn't taking it in the way that I had hoped. And after I got off the phone with my mom that night, I actually sobbed myself to sleep. And I am a person who refuses to go to bed very upset. Like, I will minimize it as much as possible before I sleep, even if it means staying up an extra few hours. So I sobbed and I sobbed and I sobbed, and eventually I was like, okay, fuck this. I'm watching some Impractical Jokers so I can have a little giggle, and then I'm getting myself to sleep. But yeah, and the next day I felt a little better, but I didn't feel amazing. But I don't know, that experience set me off on like a rut. That was the beginning of a rut, and it lasted for a few days, and it was heavy. I didn't want anything. I didn't want to die, but I didn't want to exist. I don't know, I just wanted nothing. It was as if I had completely lost access to my joy and excitement in life, and it was scary. And it happens to all of us sometimes, I'm sure, and it happens to me occasionally. Thankfully not often, ever since I've really learned to take care of myself properly, but it was fucking scary because it doesn't happen often anymore. And I just, like, when I think about my future, everything that I thought I wanted, I felt no excitement. Like, I was trying to trigger excitement within myself to, like, think of things that would get my spark back, and I'm thinking of all these things I'm excited to do in my future, and there was no excitement. I didn't care. I didn't care at all. I'm thinking about how amazing my life is right now, and I just like, it was gone. There was no spark, there was no magic, there was no beauty. And objectively, I could sit there and say, yes, I'm grateful for all this. Yes, there is beauty in all of this, but I didn't feel it. And that's what's so important to me. I need to feel it for it to be real. I can't just say it. Actions speak louder than words, and that weirdly ties into this. Like, I could say it all I want, but it wasn't true because I wasn't feeling it. I was trying to force it. And I don't like forcing things. I really don't. But I refuse to let myself sit there miserably. Oh, that's nice. Okay. It's freezing out. So when I got home from this trip, I busted out this bad boy, my beautiful journal, and I don't know, I finally, a couple days later, these thoughts were flowing through my head to bust me out of this misery, and I'm gonna share those words here today. For me, this was empowering, and this is what I wrote. Brain dump, October 26, 2024. Get it together. Remember who the fuck you are. Remember why you're doing the things that you're doing. You are in control of your life. I refuse to rest in misery or live a life of hate, fear, or lack. Okay. And then here, I placed down, throughout this journal entry, I placed down things that I'm doing in my life and why I'm doing them to try to give me that push. This is the reason you're doing this. Don't stop. This is the reason. So I put here, I'm learning French so that I can connect with more humans, so that I can have more books to read, so that I can meet a new part of myself, and to diversify. It's fucking cool. Do not let little Kalea down. Living here grants me easier access to travels I want to make. It's easier, it's a lot cheaper, and it's a lot of times for me free. You have company. People are taking you to extraordinary places and taking care of everything for you. You are spoiled. I worked to get here, and I will not let it go to waste. I will squeeze every last drop out of this experience. I am an inspiration. Have an issue? Make a solution. You are not a victim. Make it good. Romanticize. Have gratitude, and don't lose it. There's so much magic around. Open your eyes. Go enjoy your awesome life. Ugh. And after I wrote that, whew, I don't know, it flipped the switch within me. It finally flipped the switch within me, and I felt awake. I felt awake. My eyes were open again. I felt the surge of gratitude and life in my veins, and I felt fucking good again. And ever since then, I've been steady, good, neutral, and that's where I like to maintain. And I know that it's normal and natural. We have our times when we're down, and I need that, you know, everyone needs that, but it feels good that I was actually able to get myself out of that in a good, timely manner. Like, I didn't dwell for too long. You know, I feel like if this had happened when I was like 14, I would have sat in that and made it into a fucking depression of, I don't know, maybe years, 6 months, a year. I would have dwelled in it, and it feels really good to be at a point in my life now where I can, okay, you feel this way for a few days, and then you allow yourself to feel it because it's happening for a reason. Your body's communicating with you, but then you snap out of it. You open your eyes and you reintroduce yourself to the beauty and magic of your life, and it feels really good. It feels amazing. Anyways, when shit feels hard again, when I'm feeling ridiculously uninspired and unexcited by my beautiful, amazing life, I will have this video to look back on, and if you're watching this, hopefully you gathered something from it, something helpful. If not, that's okay. It's really for me, but yeah. Thanks for listening to my little ramble, and I hope that you have a magical, lovely week ahead of you. Au revoir. Look at this beautiful cat that just appeared in the yard. I've never seen this cat in my life, and she is just so gorgeous. Wow, pretty girl.